the Director General, International Institute of Professional Security, Tony Ofonyetan. Thank you very much indeed for coming, as always.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Tony, these aren't good times at all. Just a week ago, thereabout, army ambushed and all of that, and a picture of a young army, fellow is online who got married not too long ago, lost in that battle, and people have been sympathizing with them. Tony, what is going on?
Well, it's been like this for at least the past 4 years or thereabouts. I remember that we were screaming on top of our voice that we don't want Nigeria to be associated perpetually with terrorism. If you remember, I said that terrorism is cancerous. Once it starts, it becomes a tall order to stop it, and that the best thing to do in combat against terrorism is that once there are signs and symptoms, you kill it. It's like you have to use a sledgehammer to kill that ant at the level of that ant called terrorism. If not so, it grows to become a giant at the end of the day. And that's unfortunately what we are experiencing now as it is.
And you know, Tony, these were things we used to hear about: Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iraq, and the rest of them. And we thought they were too far away from us, very alien. But now they have come to, stay with us.
Well, I won't say come to stay. I'm not
have we let down our guards, if yes, we should put it that way? Because there seems to be a resurgence of, these attacks.
The resurgence, if there are two aspects to it. Number one, which is the principal factor, is the lack of political will on the part of the government to fight terrorism, truly. Number two is also the fact that our security agencies are not as proactive as expected. Yes, we concede to the fact that they have limitations in fund, in equipment, logistics, and the like. But the fact also remains that in terms of being proactive, I'm sorry to say, there seems not to be there. You see that in most cases it's reactionary because you know that, okay, we have problem with insurgents. Now what we expect is that by now security agency will be able to identify hideouts, look for them, run after them, pursue them. Not that you will wait and that there will be an occurrence, then you now talk about investigation. Once there's a breach of security, it is no longer security at that point. It becomes emergency response. Unfortunately, that is what we see coming to play, especially within among many of our security agencies. But the major thing is not even that they cannot do what they ought to do. The major thing also is that the marching order from the presidency is not there. In most cases, what you have are just political orders, pacification orders, just for the meantime, just to, mitigate.
When you say marching order from the presidency, what exactly do you mean, and what do you expect when you say marching order?
You see, the security profession is a regimented profession. It's so regimented to the extent that it is the specific instruction you are given that you will execute. If you're asked to shoot, you shoot. If you're asked not to shoot, go there and maintain peace, no casualty. You will go there, you will be at the scene of crime. You will see you well armed, but that arm is to the extent of protecting yourself, because you have not been given the order to do what? To shoot. Now, that is the type of marching order we are talking about. We are talking of the type of marching order that would ask you to go to the gatehouse of the enemy. That whosoever, however it is done, we don't want them. As simple as that. They know what marching order is. Look, you see, when the president come out to say that I instructed the Inspector General of Police to be in a place, I didn't know he was not there. Of course, you should know that in battle against terrorism, such statements are not supposed to even be at all. Because terrorism is something that you follow up and follow through.
All right, Tony, we have been fighting this war for so many years now.
And I just hope it will end immediately.
Have we not fought enough to the point where we should be ahead rather than, you know, reacting?
Yes, we have fought to the point where we should be ahead on the condition that those that are administering terrorism are true to it. Once they are true to it, in short, we'll become good teachers. You understand? But as it is now, look, take for example, you talk about a situation where villages are being sacked. Now, when villages are being sacked, if you look at a place like Benue State, we heard of villages that Fulani herdsmen had taken over, and they are still there, domiciled there. Meanwhile, the residents are now scattered about in IDP camps, many dead and the like. Now, what you have in those villages are cows, the Fulani herdsmen, the militias, and the like. In whatever name, whether you call them bandits, whatever name you choose to call them, it's your business. But they are still there. What are they doing there? Why should they be there? And you are talking about sincerity, about fighting against terrorism. Why would they occupy another man's land? Now, if these are the type of policies that come to play, it means that terrorism is being encouraged rather than being discouraged.
All right, Tony, we just hope that the government will continue, will muster the political will and eventually give that much an order to ensure.
I'm eagerly praying for that, honestly, eagerly.
All right, Director General, International Institute of Professional Security, Tony Ofonyetan. As always, we thank you very much for coming to share.
Thank you for having me.